Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you're watching this. So, today I want to talk to you about love and fear. I talked a little bit about this on my podcast this week, but I want to expand a little bit more for you. Everything that we do, all of our thoughts, all of our actions, all of our ways of being stem from these two emotions. They either come from fear or they come from love. Those are the only two things. So you can break down any emotion that you want, and that's what it's going to come from. You look at anger. Anger will come from either fear or love. And yes, it can come from both. Because if you're angry with somebody, you could be angry with them because you're afraid of something. Or you could be angry with them because you love them so much that you don't want to see them hurt. There's still an element of fear in that, because you're fearing them being hurt, but it's because you love them that you're angry. It's not the best way to express your love, but sometimes that happens. So it literally doesn't matter what emotion that you're talking about. Everything comes from one of those two places. Same thing if you hate your job. You either hate your job because you would love to be at home, or you fear whatever. You fear not having enough time with your family. You fear stress-related illnesses, you fear anxiety, you fear whatever it is. So those are the two emotions that our lives are run by. Now there is healthy fear and unhealthy fear. So a healthy fear is if you're walking through the bush and a grizzly bear comes around the corner and starts chasing you with, drool coming off of its teeth and a snarl in its voice, and it's running towards you. That's a healthy fear for you to be afraid and run away. That's a survival technique. This is how you're going to remain alive, to run, to be afraid. So that is absolutely a healthy fear. It's the same thing when you have a fear when you're crossing a road and all of a sudden you hear a car horn honk and you have that moment of fear, even if the car isn't coming towards you. If it's a car in a parking lot that happened to honk its horn, that fear is a healthy fear because that is a survival fear. So really, survival fear is the most important and the healthiest fear. Unhealthy fears. If you're afraid of your spouse leaving you, that's not a healthy fear. That says a lot of things. That could be issues that you have in your relationship that you need to fix, because there should be no fear. There should be no fear about your spouse leaving you. It's going to be one of two things. Either A, you trust and love your spouse completely, and therefore there's no fear that they will ever leave you for any reason. And secondly, if they do leave you, then it's just something that you have to move on from and heal from. But there shouldn't be a fear about it. You should never have a fear about it. Same thing, hoarders. Hoarders have a fear of people taking their things. If you've ever watched the show Hoarders, and people come in and say, we need to throw this stuff out, they start saying, oh no, I need those newspapers that are piled up in the corner because I may need them for something. Please don't take them away. There's a fear of them losing their stuff. This comes from an emotional place. They have an emotional void that they don't know how to fill emotionally, so they fill it with stuff. So they feel and they don't realize that this is why they feel it, but they feel that if that stuff is removed from them, then that hole that they're trying to fill becomes gaping and they have to deal with it again. Okay? So those are unhealthy fears. There's also healthy love and unhealthy love. So a healthy love is an unconditional love. The love of everything and everyone. Not being judgmental, not being critical. Just loving everybody and everything for who they are and what they are. That is a healthy love. Not expecting somebody else to hold my beliefs, because my beliefs are my beliefs and that's what works for me. I don't expect anybody else to hold my beliefs, but I can love them for whatever it is that they do and whatever it is they believe. That's a healthy love. An unhealthy love, going back to the relationship, an unhealthy love it manifests as jealousy in whatever way. You don't want your spouse to go out after work with friends, and it's not because you think they're going to cheat on you, it's because they're having fun without you. That's an unhealthy love. The fear that somebody is going to step out on you, they're going to go find somebody else, that is an unhealthy love. That is a love that is wrapped up in fear. The fear that, a love that says, you have to focus on me unconditionally whenever, we have time together. And I'm not saying that it's wrong to focus on somebody when you're with them, because obviously that is a very healthy thing, to be able to focus your attention. But if, let's say you're in the middle of a meeting and somebody is talking to you about something, and somebody brings up another point, and you turn to look at that other person to listen to that point. If the first person gets upset that you've looked away, then there's an unhealthy dynamic there, because there's other points that are valid in that moment. If there's a one-on-one conversation happening where you're sitting across the table, you shouldn't be checking your phone, you shouldn't be, staring around the room aimlessly at other things. Focus your attention on the person in front of you. And again, when I said if you're in a meeting, love is not just about a romantic relationship. Love should be a universal thing. You should love everybody and everything. So you should love your coworkers. You should love your place of business. You should love your friends. You should love your enemies. And you should love those that hurt you. As weird as that sounds, trust me on this. If you can give love to everybody, unconditionally, for everything, on the whole planet, in the whole universe, if you can send love out, you will get love back. If you send fear out, you know what's going to happen. Things will come back to you that will cause you to be fearful. So, don't fear loss. Don't fear separation. Don't fear death. Let go of fear and embrace love. You can leave a comment below if you think that there's anything on this planet that you have to fear and not love. And again, I'm not talking about survival fear. Survival fear is a completely different thing. I get it. If you're living in Africa and you're walking, through parts of the jungle and a tiger jumps out from behind a tree, be afraid. Absolutely. To save your life, please do be afraid. That's a healthy fear. But if you think that there's anything else in this world to seriously fear, please leave a comment below and let me help you understand why there's nothing to fear. There really is nothing to fear. The biggest thing that people fear is death. But I got news for you. Death is not the end. Death is a new beginning. Death is an awakening. Death is a fresh start. Death is a path to knowing all. But don't be in a rush to get there. Enjoy this life while you're here. Enjoy this manifestation of you. Enjoy this version of you and building this version of you to be the best version of you that you can possibly build. And when you're done building this version of you and it's your time to go, embrace death. Because all it is a shedding of this physical shell. And then you get to go on and be the most amazing, wondrous, fabulous energy being in the universe. Every single one of you, trust me. So that's really all I want to say today about those matters. I really want you to understand the importance of love and the importance of letting go of fear. You can manifest anything in your life if you manifest through love. You're not going to manifest anything if you manifest through fear. Fear is lack. Love is abundance. Live an abundant life. Feel abundance in your life. Be grateful for the abundance in your life. Wrap yourself in love. That's how you're going to get more of what you want. I hope this makes sense to you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I want you to pop down below and press the subscribe button so that you get notifications, and actually hit the notification bell too, so you get notifications about all my upcoming videos. Once a week I'm going to try to put one of these out. Also, the little share arrow that's down there too, why don't you click on that? let your friends hear this too, because some people are living a life of fear. They're living a life immersed in fear. Always wondering what's going to happen next. Scared to walk down the street because of what may happen, what may be around the corner. That's not a life to live. The life to live is the life of happiness and joy and love. And I don't take away from the fact that, some people live in bad areas. Some people live where there's wars going on. Some people live where the crime rate is extremely high. I understand that. But there's still a way to live your life in those areas, living your life through love and not through fear. So please let go of the fear and live happy. And until next time, love, light, and abundance to all of you.